Just behind me there is the Oval Office in the West Wing.
Now, we know that President Donald Trump's there at the moment because when he's there, that guard is at the door.
Apart from being the most powerful man in the world, Donald Trump also makes a lot of jokes.
I'm the boss.
Usually at other people's expense. But rarely does he openly mock his own vice president. And by doing so recently, he's unleashed a new wave of speculation about who he'll anoint as his successor for the 2028 presidential elections. One of the favourite talking points of Americans at the moment is whether Vice President Vance or Secretary of State Marco Rubio will receive Mr. Trump's blessing. Despite his various political problems at the moment, Donald Trump still has huge influence inside the Republican Party. The most recent joke came when he was asked about sending Vice President Vance to Switzerland to try to resolve the war in Iran. Mr. Vance is widely reported to have opposed the US decision to go to war against Iran, which means a decision by President Trump for him to be the man to fly to Switzerland to try to end a war he didn't want in the first place.
This way, if it works out, I'm going to take the credit. If it doesn't work out, I'm blaming JD. You better be careful, JD.
As with so many things Donald Trump says, there's always plausible deniability. These are jokes, the White House often says. But the thing about Trump jokes is that they often contain a hard edge of reality. At the same time as he jokes about his vice president, he frequently gives glowing reviews of Marco Rubio. Mr. Trump himself appears to be reveling in the competition, recently asking a crowd to whom he was speaking, "Who's it going to be? Is it going to be JD? Is it going to be somebody else? I don't know," he said. Warming up to the subject, Donald Trump asked the audience, "Who likes JD Vance? Who likes Marco Rubio? All right, sounds like a good ticket." Now, perhaps there's the reality, that Mr. Trump might endorse a joint Vance-Rubio ticket. As to the two men themselves, they're doing their best not to buy into any drama, if indeed their boss does want the world's highest profile Hunger Games. "I love Marco," says Mr. Vance. "I think he's a great Secretary of State." And Marco Rubio's returning the vibe. "If JD runs for president," he said, "I think he'd be a phenomenal candidate." Now, much can happen, of course, between now and the election in 2028. Technically, it's members of the Republican Party who vote in primaries who will decide the candidate. But given how Mr. Trump has taken control of the Republican Party, his endorsement will be influential. One Republican strategist told me that right now, Donald Trump is the 800-pound gorilla inside the Republican Party. The key question is, who does that 800-pound gorilla choose? JD Vance or Marco Rubio? Or both? Or does the 800-pound gorilla decide he's not going anywhere?